Hey guys, this is the Rational Analyst, and the Rational Analysis begins now. Okay, today we are taking a look at universal healthcare. So it's a very controversial topic now, it's really popular right now in America. And so yeah, let's break it down. So I thought of talking about this topic because I recently saw this poll by Quinnipiac. Okay, it's a polling institute, a very reputable one at least. And it basically asked the American people whether they think Medicare for all is a good idea or is it a bad idea. So that's the thing right now. So the findings of the poll indicate that 60% of Americans, let me say that again, 60% of Americans believe that Medicare for all is a good idea. And about 33% of Americans think it's a bad idea. Now how about the demographic breakdown, the party affiliation of the people who said that it's a good idea or a bad idea? So 33% of Republicans said that Medicare for all was a good idea. Okay, 33%, not that bad. And 57% of people said it was a bad idea. Republicans. And how about Democrats? 83% of Democrats say it's a good idea. 83%. Let that sink in your mind. 83% of Americans who are Democrats think it's a good idea. Medicare for all. And about 11% of Democrats think Medicare for all is a bad idea. Now how about independents? Okay, as we are all aware that American independents tend to be quite liberal. So 60% of independents in America support Medicare for all. They think it's a good idea. And 31% think it's not. Now, what's so striking here is that an overwhelming majority of American people support Medicare for all. But the Congress doesn't reflect that. Now this always goes back to money in politics. Now you guys should support Wolfpack if you've never heard it. It's something started by Cenk Uygur by TIT. I don't really agree with TIT on how they conduct their news and all their journalists' ethics and all that. I'm not really a big fan of their YouTube channel. But this is a really good initiative started by Cenk. And you can have any opinion about Cenk, but this Wolfpack idea is a great idea. It's an idea where the people come together and force their representatives in a democratic manner to use an amendment in the Constitution to make money in politics not be such this basically stopping legal bribery. That's the point of this movement, and it's a very noble one, and I respect Cenk for doing it. So now the whole topic about healthcare. Well, single payer healthcare tends to get messed up with socialized medicine. I don't know why, but people think it's the same thing. But basically it's not the same thing. So in both of these situations, socialized medicine and single payer healthcare is funded by the government. Okay? That must be clear. But the thing is, in socialized medicine, doctors are government employees. Hospitals are majorly run by the government, and private entities have no role whatsoever in that system. Whereas, in a single payer healthcare system, there are many kinds of single payer healthcare systems, like in France and in Australia, New Zealand, there's many kinds. But basically what it means is, most of the healthcare will still be majorly private. That's the point of it. It's not socialized medicine. Doctors are still not government employees. But it is paid by one entity. So it's a single payer system. So one entity pays all these medical providers. So it is free healthcare. It is not free, of course, that's pretty obvious, right? It's free at the point of access. So when we visit the hospital, we don't need to pay anything. But we are aware that we are paying it through taxes. Now the thing is, why are single payer systems way cheaper than other systems, like the one we have right now? What you have now in America, which is the ACA. Well, the paperwork, the bureaucracy, all of this red tape and all of this, it adds to the cost, administrative cost. It's like 40% of all the costs for these healthcare providers. this processing of all these documents take up a lot of cost. So this explains why America spends the highest amount of money per capita for healthcare and still gets one of the worst results, which doesn't really make sense. It's like using a universal healthcare system by general convention would make you think that it will be more expensive, but over time it will actually become more cheaper. So basically, socialized medicine does not equal to single payer healthcare. That's the main point I'm trying to say. Because usually Republicans tend to use this against us. They say it's a government takeover of healthcare, but it isn't a government takeover of healthcare. It's just the government pays for it. Well, through your tax dollars. Yeah? So it's free at the point of access. And there's also a moral aspect to it. Currently, about 45,000 people in America die every year due to not being able to have access to healthcare. They can't pay it. They can't pay the ridiculous bills. So with single-payer healthcare, everyone is insured, and the American government will spend less per capita on healthcare. What is that not like? I mean, some people say, oh, it's a government takeover of healthcare. That sounds ridiculous. I know governments tend to be inefficient, but this is mostly run by private entities. I mean, I'm a social democrat myself, and I think it's a great idea. I'm not too left-leaning that I would think that, the government should run everything. Everything should be free. No. I just think that there will be an element of competition where healthcare providers will compete in terms of quality to get the contracts, to get the money from the government. So we, in the end user, would benefit from it. So yeah, basically that's my rant, or let's say a rational analysis, on single-payer healthcare in America. I truly support this movement where they are demanding for Medicare for all. This is what President John F. Kennedy originally intended, but he, compromised for political viability. He first made it so that old people and young children are covered, but because those are not the main customer base for insurance companies, but he even had to compromise with the children's side of things. So in the end, Medicare now in its present state only covers elderly, which aren't really desirable for insurance companies to cover because they tend to have a lot of ailments and illnesses that tend to make insurance companies spend more, which is not a desirable thing. They are profit-driven machines. So yeah, so basically Medicare for all would just make President John F. Kennedy's dream come true. Every American will be covered at a lower cost, and it just seems to be the right thing to do. That's my opinion, and I hope you guys enjoy this rational analysis. Please subscribe. Now, I know I'm not an American, I'm a Malaysian actually, but I read up a lot about American politics because, to be honest, Malaysian politics is kind of boring and I don't want to risk myself by talking about it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy my take from it, and hope you guys like, comment and share this video, and do subscribe to the Rational Analyst. I guess I'll be posting videos like this more. I'm kind of imitating Kyle Kulinski, secular dog. Yeah, I'm trying to imitate him. So yeah, see you guys next time.